This is Daily Armenia, CivilNet's daily news digest. Here are today's top stories from Armenia, Nagorno-Karabakh, and the region. Emergency talks at the United Nations on Azerbaijan's more than 8-month blockade of Nagorno-Karabakh ended yesterday with the organization's powerful Security Council so far failing to issue a statement or resolution. Speaking in New York yesterday afternoon, Armenian Foreign Minister Ararat Mirzoyan called on the Council to dispatch a fact-finding mission in humanitarian aid to Nagorno-Karabakh, where more than 100,000 Armenians are grappling with severe shortages of food, energy, medicine, and other essentials. Permanent members France, the United Kingdom, and the United States all urged Azerbaijan to abide by a February ruling from the UN's top court ordering the country to lift its blockade of the sole overland route connecting Nagorno-Karabakh and Armenia. The order is legally binding, but the International Court of Justice has no enforcement powers to back up its rulings. Meanwhile, Russia said it is making every effort to rapidly resolve this crisis and called for the Lachin corridor to reopen simultaneously with another road connecting Nagorno-Karabakh and Azerbaijan. For his part, Azerbaijan's representative denied blockading Nagorno-Karabakh and dismissed what he called allegations of the humanitarian crisis unfolding there. Yesterday's 2-hour talks were the Security Council's second emergency meeting on Azerbaijan's blockade and its second time opting not to issue a joint statement or resolution on the crisis. A previous round of talks ended last December without such agreement, reportedly amid diplomatic infighting between permanent members France and Russia. The Security Council is the only UN body with the power to issue legally binding resolutions. The International Criminal Court's former chief prosecutor said this month the blockade should be considered an act of genocide under international law and called on the Security Council to refer the issue to the tribunal. Earlier this week, Nagorno-Karabakh recorded its first death by starvation, a 40-year-old Stepanakert resident with the surname Hovhannisyan. In related news, protesters gathered in front of the UN Armenia office yesterday to urge the organization to address the humanitarian crisis unfolding in Nagorno-Karabakh. This is what one of the demonstrators, Yana Avanesyan, had to say.
We need to voice our messages to show that we are direct victims and direct witnesses of Azerbaijani aggression.
You can check out our full video report on the rally up now on civilnet.am. An Armenian soldier has been detained by Azerbaijani troops after appearing in Azerbaijani territory in still unclear circumstances. The defense ministries of Armenia and Azerbaijan each confirmed the soldier's detention yesterday. Armenia said the serviceman walked off his combat position for as yet unknown reasons before reappearing in Azerbaijani territory. Baku said the soldier crossed the border intentionally on a failed sabotage mission before being wounded and captured, a version of the event swiftly dismissed by Yerevan. A video posted by Armenia's defense ministry appears to show a group of Azerbaijani troops approaching and speaking with the Armenian soldier before taking him and driving off in an unknown direction. The soldier's current whereabouts is unknown. An Armenian government spokesperson said today Yerevan has already appealed to the European Court of Human Rights to order Baku to provide information on the circumstances of the soldier's detention. Earlier this summer, 2 other Armenian servicemen were detained in similarly unclear circumstances. Yerevan said the 2 soldiers were abducted by Azerbaijani troops who had crossed into Armenian territory, while Baku said the soldiers were captured after crossing into Azerbaijani territory on a failed sabotage mission. Those servicemen remain in detention in Azerbaijan. And finally, the CivilNet number of the day is 3,209. That's the number of boxers in Armenia according to the latest figures from the country's statistical committee. Boxing gained a large following in Armenia in Soviet times and to this day remains one of the country's most popular sports. Since independence, 2 Armenian boxers have won world championship titles, Vic Darchinyan and Artur Abraham. And as always, please follow CivilNet for the latest news and independent reporting from our contributors on the ground in Armenia, Nagorno-Karabakh, and the region.